If you're already working in tech, maybe help desk, system admin, networking, or cybersecurity, and you're making anywhere in between 55 and $85,000 a year, you're probably wondering something. Why am I not at six figures, or how do I get to six figures? Because the truth is this, man. Most people in tech never break six figures. They never make $100,000 a year. And it's not, because they're lazy, they're not smart, or that they just don't want it. A lot of times it's just that they don't have, the right roadmap, the right strategy. And today I want to break down just a few things. Number one, what is the real tech job market? Like, what does it really look like? Not what the news says, not what TikTok says. What is actually happening right now? Another thing is, I want to look into which trends are actually creating six figure salaries. Who's actually getting hired? What certifications still matter in 2026? And also, why trying to build a tech career by yourself completely alone is one of the slowest and one of the worst ways to do it. And we'll probably also get into AI and why it's actually creating opportunities as opposed to, taking them away. If you've never heard of me before, never heard my voice, never seen me before, I'm Rob, a former, not a farmer, a former U.S. Army staff sergeant that helps people just like you get into amazing tech careers by passing tech certifications, understanding the interviewing process, and just completely blowing away recruiters. Also, if you are in the military, you actually can train with me and my team for absolutely free. Thank you for your service. So let's kind of talk about the job market, right? If you all go on social media, if you listen to the news, if you listen to people that don't know what the hell you're talking about, you would think it's pretty bad, right? And it may not be the greatest, but this is one of the best opportunities I've seen since I've been in for people that, had a right game plan. So, like I said, if you've been looking at other people like, oh, layoffs, hiring freezes, AI taking everybody's job. But the data, right? Actual data, actual numbers say something completely different. So, according to a CompTIA State of the Tech Workforce Report, which they drop annually and sometimes quarterly, the U.S. tech force right now has about 6 million workers. And if you don't believe CompTIA, the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics projects that IT jobs will grow much faster over the next 10 years. So, for example, cybersecurity jobs, which are linked directly to the growth of AI, are projected to grow at least at a minimum of 32%. Listen to this, man. That's more than 3 times the national average. Cloud computing roles are going to explode as well. And then research from IDC estimates that over 750 million cloud-based applications will exist globally by the end of 2032. So what does that mean? Why do we care? That means that companies are going to need cloud engineers. They're going to need cybersecurity engineers and analysts. They're going to need network engineers and automation specialists. But the most important part is this. Companies are not just hiring anybody, man. That's one of the biggest things that I said. It's a great opportunity for people that want to win. People that are just looking for a handout, it's not going to work for you. They're going to hire people who can solve problems, have real skills, understand the modern and current infrastructure and just how things move, and people that can adapt. And also people that know how to communicate value. And that's going to bring me to my next point. In 2026 and moving forward, there's going to be a certain segment, a certain sector, a certain person, a certain avatar, a certain motherfucker who's going to actually get hired, right? And that person is a person that is going to be disciplined, a person that is very, 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 very knowledgeable. That's one of the biggest things. The skill sets and the proof backing up that skill set is what matters right now, right? You got the knowledge, you got the skill set, and most importantly, the capability to do what they need you to do. I've seen people with computer science degrees struggle for months, months and months and months and months and months, application after application after application, and not get any interviews. No callbacks, no nothing. While somebody else that just got a few certifications and real lab experience land a role in a couple weeks. Now you may be thinking, why is that, right? Degrees are super important. They're fancy, blah, blah, blah. The whole thing is this. Hiring managers have figured out one thing. Can this person actually solve the problems on my network? Can this person actually secure my network? Can this person actually do the shit that's in the job description? That's why people getting hired right now tend to have 2 to 3 things. Number one, they understand the fundamentals. They understand the fundamentals of IT. They understand the fundamentals of infrastructure, the fundamentals of networking, the fundamentals of cybersecurity, operating systems, right? Secondly, they can actually demonstrate that knowledge through labs, through projects, through internships, through real environments. And then lastly, they know how to position themselves the right way, correctly in the job market. And, that's where a lot of people end up messing up because information online is everywhere. You got 10 different people on YouTube saying 10 different things, 40 different people saying something different on TikTok, 100 different people saying something different on Instagram, which leads to nowhere, because when you don't have clarity, when you have confusion, you just usually stay stagnant, right? And this is why, one of the biggest problems in tech careers today is this stagnation. People quit, people give up because they don't know what to do. They're not getting any feedback. They're not getting any help. They're not getting support. They don't know, damn, I thought I was smart. I thought I was one of them ones. I thought I was going to get hired. And nobody's really fucking with them, right? So this is one of the biggest reasons why I always advocate for a community. I always advocate for some type of mentorship. I always advocate for some type of support system, right? Because getting a tech job is rewarding, it's amazing, blah, 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 blah. But it's not easy, man. It's not easy at all. And that's why a lot of times, going at it alone, it kind of makes it feel impossible, right? So there's so much advice, so much noise, so much stuff going on. It's like standing on a glass ceiling, man. It's cool, or standing under a glass ceiling, really. Like, it's cool. You may see some stuff. You may get a free, a couple tidbits here and there. But you don't really know who the fuck to listen to because you're looking up and everybody's saying something different and they're yelling down at you, right? So you go through a couple TikToks, then an Instagram, then a YouTube tutorial. But the ceiling doesn't break until the advice is directed towards you, until the advice makes sense to you, until the advice speaks to you and you understand, oh, this is what I'm supposed to do, right? The reality is this. Trying to build a tech career entirely just on your own is like trying to get around a city that you've never been to. No GPS, and you just start driving. You have no idea where you're going, right? So you stop. So you drive up to one stranger on the corner and say, hey, man, you know how to get to 123 Fake Street? And they say, oh, yeah, go down there. You're going to see 3 cows. You make a left. Then you're going to see a billboard that says Top Dog Law. Then you're going to make a right. And you're going to hop on the freeway. You got to take the 7, not the 10, da-da-da. And then you see somebody else and they tell you, oh, he don't know what the hell you're talking about. All you got to do is do on the expressway. And then you go down and you got to make a U-turn because they're doing construction. Long story short, you're going to end up more confused and you're probably just going to stay there in your car. You might move, but you're probably going in the wrong direction. And you're going to end up lost. I've seen this happen more times than I can count, right? People will spend 3 years chasing the wrong certifications, months studying for things that either don't matter or have expired, applying to jobs that don't even align with their experience, where they want to go, or what they want to do. They just heard somebody say it and it sounded good, so they say, okay, shit, I'm going to try it too. And that's all because nobody ever helped them. Nobody ever gave them a real strategy. Nobody ever was like, hey, man, you probably shouldn't be doing that. Right. Now, this is going to be an important part. If you haven't been taking notes, if you haven't been paying attention, you need to pay attention to this part right here. In 2026 and moving forward, what certifications actually matter? You may think certifications don't matter. You may think degrees don't matter. You may think, I don't know, whatever the hell you think. But this is concrete proof for somebody that's actually helped people get jobs with these actual certifications, right? Certifications are not magic. Let me give you that damn caveat. This is not no shortcut. This ain't no magic pill. This ain't no just, oh, I'm gonna get a certification and shit. Mark Zuckerberg and Elon and all these other people gonna be calling me. They are signals, right? It's a signal to employers that you understand what's going on. You understand the value. You have a basic set of skills, or maybe a complex set of skills, depending on which certification you get and what part of the journey you're in. So, for example, one of the biggest controversies is A plus. Oh, you don't need A plus. You don't need A plus. You don't need A plus. But guess what? CompTIA A plus is still one of the most recognized IT certifications, not in Texas, not in Chicago, not in Nebraska, not in the UK, not in South Africa, not in Germany, but in the world. Right now, there's over 1 million people who have the certification. Now, certification been out for a couple decades, but over 1 million people have the certification itself at one time, right? It may expired, but over 1 million people have taken and passed the certification. But it's not just about the certification itself. It's about what it really represents. It means that you understand a whole bunch of shit. You understand hardware, operating systems, troubleshooting, networking fundamentals, security fundamentals, AI fundamentals, and coding fundamentals. And then you kind of build from there. So I got the basics of everything, right? Now let me get some networking certifications. Now let me get some certifications in security. Let me get some certifications in cloud. And when those certifications are stacked correctly, they create leverage. And that leverage is what leads to 75,000, 80,000, 90,000, and six-figure tech careers. Actually, right now, I want you to do me a favor. If you don't believe me, go on Indeed, go on Monster, go on Glassdoor, go on LinkedIn. A plus and the skills that are taught in A plus show up on more tech job descriptions, posts than any other certification. Okay. A plus matters, and it actually gives you the foundation, the confidence, the things that you need. Now, when it comes to A plus, another question that comes up is, how long will it take? How long will it take me to get the certification? How long does it take to pass? How long does it take to study? To be honest, if you decide to do it on your own, most people, it takes them about a year and a half. If you decide to get some mentorship, or get in some type of program, for my students, it takes them 30 days. So they pass both parts in about 30 days. So you kind of have to look on, what is most important to you? Is money more important? Is time more important? Is actually understanding the stuff more important? Is it a little bit of all of that? That's kind of going to depend on, which route you should take. Now, like I said, I never recommend doing any of this stuff, anything new on your own. I never do anything that I'm just learning. I never try and do shit on my own. I always try and get some type of mentorship, get into some type of program or course or something, just so I have some type of roadmap and structure to get to where I want to get to. Now, okay. So another thing I want to talk about is AI. Is it an opportunity or is it an obstacle, right? Should we be afraid of it? Should we embrace it? What should we do, right? And I'm gonna tell you that's one thing. Whether you embrace it, you're afraid of it, you're like, this is some bullshit. It's here and it's happening. But it is an awesome opportunity for you, man. An awesome opportunity for you. Everywhere you look, everybody's saying AI is going to replace tech jobs. But here's the part that I'm going to tell you that nobody else will probably tell you. AI isn't just eliminating everything. AI is moving so fast, it's doing so much shit. It increases the need for infrastructure, right? It increases the need for stability and it increases the need for security, right? AI systems require cloud platforms, secure networks, massive storage systems, and ways to automate certain tasks, which means the demand for skilled IT people is only going to go up. It's not going to go away. You even need to look at OpenAI, Anthropic, Claude, Gemini. These places are hiring people. They're not firing people, right? Which is the opposite. If the fucking places that are creating the AI platforms are hiring people, trust me, it's going to create a lot more jobs. And then you can actually watch a couple episodes back from this one, and I fully break down why AI is really. I just fucking did it again, but in that one I go a little bit further into the security aspect as to why a lot of my students are seeing a lot of potential, getting a lot of interviews just because it aligns with the growth of AI. So, since I was talking about one of my students, I was talking to one of my students a couple of days ago, and he was working in tech for a while, but he never had any certifications, right? And he was stuck at $58,000 a year, not 60 exactly. I think it was like 57,750 or some shit like that. And he couldn't figure out how to make more money, right? And he was just stuck. He didn't know, what his next move should be. So we built a strategy, right? Not random studying, not random certifications, but a full 12-month career roadmap, right? Now, I cannot say this is going to happen for you, but within 1 year, right, he transitioned from that help desk role where he was only making $60,000 a year, and he transitioned into a network engineer role, and his salary jumped from 57,000 almost to six figures. He got, I think it was 89 or 91 $1,000 opportunity, right? In 1 year, he damn near doubled his salary. Not because he suddenly became a fucking genius, but because he stopped guessing and he started executing on an actual plan that had deadlines, that had deliverables, that had things like, hey man, if you do this, this is going to happen, right? And that's the difference between people who stay stuck in tech and people who really make it happen for them, their families, and their future. And this is one of the biggest things that a side note that I want to bring to you guys. Six-figure tech careers, right? It's a rarity. I'm going to be honest, right? Most people never make six figures. If you go on social media, everybody in tech makes six figures. A lot of people don't make six figures. But the crazy thing is this. It's extremely possible, and it's a clear pathway to six figures, right? It's not like an illusion. It's not some secret. It's not a mystery. You just have to be strategic. People who reach six figures, understand three things. First, technology and tech careers are phases, right? It's not just a straight up trajectory. Sometimes it's going to be, peaks and valleys and that type of stuff, but you can continuously build. If you back up and look at your progression, it's going to always go up. It may feel like peaks and valleys, but if you back up, it's going to always go up, just like the stock market, right? Secondly, each phase is going to require a different you, different skills, and just different positioning. And lastly, the fastest way to accelerate your career is learning from people who have already done what you're trying to do. Because trying to figure out alone can cost you years or literally cost you an entire career. And years in tech you cannot fucking do that, man. Because it can mean hundreds of $1,000s a year of money. It can mean lost opportunities, and it can mean you becoming obsolete, right? So right now, if you're already in tech and you're trying to break, your salary plateau, whether you can't get past 50, 60, 70, or you're looking to get into six figures, I actually offer something super specific. I have career coaching calls, which I just talked to you about, the guy that went from 57 to almost six figures. And I hop on calls with people every week. This is something that I just reopened. I actually had stopped doing coaching calls, but I'm getting so many damn requests for it. It's like, okay, if I can help people, let me help them, right? So a lot of times on the calls, I'm just going to ask you a few things. Where are you right now? What skills do you have? What certifications make sense for you? And what's the fastest, and to kind of tell you what's the fastest path to get to your next salary level. Now, I don't accept everybody, right? And I don't accept everybody. If you want to get on a coaching call, we need to talk about a few things just to make sure it's the right fit, right? Because the truth is, man, most people in tech, you don't need no more fucking information. Like I said from the beginning, you need the right strategy. So if you want to accelerate your career, you can hop on my calendar. Other than that, make sure you give this episode a thumbs up. Make sure that you execute. And other than that, I'll talk to you soon.